without the tiny, tiny phone.
Always a plus.
Indeed.
Hello,
Truly a
Twitch.
plus. Hi.
Hello. I am I decided to hop back into Honkai Star Rail entirely because I opened it up and saw that the new character appears to be a scaredy cat fox girl, and she just looks too precious not to try and get, especially because I have the resources to get her.
Question.
Answer.
I am not Twitch.
You are not Twitch. I'm talking to any prospective Twitch viewers. Okay, yeah, she's
Alrighty
legitimately a
then.
ghostly fox girl. Precious.
Doesn't that technically make her a yokai?
Yes.
Ah.
And
So,
she's
what you're
precious.
saying is, if I were to pick up some rock salt and throw it at her, it would melt her.
If you pick up raw salt and throw it at her, she would probably run away scared.
According to Supernatural, that shit hurts like everything.
Fair.
Hurts/kills everything Supernatural.
You're not wrong, but I'm more focusing on the fact that, like, you even just picking up some raw salt will probably have her running away completely scared.
Well, obviously, if I'm trying to exterminate a yokai, I wouldn't let them know I'm sneaking up on them.
It stands.
Unless maybe I were to try and trick them into falling into some kind of trap. But if they can float, they wouldn't fall for it. They would just hover over it.
Okay. Can you see the stream?
Yes.
Ghostly Fox Girl.
This looks like Genshin.
That's because it's made by those people who make Genshin. Except
Does
it's
it take place in the Genshin world?
No, this is... It takes place in space, and we travel around on a train.
Ah.
And it's a turn-based RPG.
I have a few things I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
One, the paper dolls look like Pikachus.
Yeah.
Two, the spooky rock that was just behind her kind of looked like Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. And lastly, I get that there's only so many art styles you can kind of do as an anime game, but this really doesn't have anything to differentiate it from Genshin.
Yeah, but that's the thing about Hoyo, who make Genshin and several other games. They are known for, like, like, they have 3 or 4 games now where that, like, you can put pictures of characters from different games up next to each other.
And it's the Office meme.
Yeah, it is entirely the Office meme.
I see.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, but they do really have a tendency to make characters that look very similar to each other with different names. Like, they're unique, but...
I'd argue it kind of is a bad thing, but only in one regard. As you know, before Genshin ever came out, I told you and Tim about it. And, as a matter of fact, I mentioned that I can understand why people were calling Genshin a Breath of the Wild ripoff. But I told you and Tim about how it was based off like a web comic, or whatever the fuck the term is. And how that is the art style. So it wouldn't really be fair to say it ripped off the work of Breath of the Wild. Especially when, as you and most people with a general grasp of, you know, anime and such, and Zelda knows, Breath of the Wild itself took its inspiration from watercolors and things such as Studio Ghibli anime films. So even then, it wouldn't be fair to just deem anything that has a similar look a Breath of the Wild clone.
This
But,
is true.
okay, I'm getting off track, and you're on a space train,
I'm
so
actually
that's
not
not
on this.
acceptable.
I'm not actually on the space train yet, but I will be going on there shortly.
Uh-huh. But back to the point I was making.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Genshin had a reason to look the way it does, since, again, it's faithful to the source material. But, alright, here's the best way to explain it. If you were gonna make a One Piece game, a Dragon Ball Z game, and a JoJo game, you would make it where you're following and respecting all three art styles and such.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't make it where all the characters look like the same art style.
Also, this is the space train, and don't you just appreciate the mascot?
Hey, you know what they could call it?
Hmm.
The Solar Express.
That would be funny, yes. I have no idea who she is.
I'm not gonna lie, Charles. Justice Crush does a surprising amount of fucking damage.
Hmm.
And since it's easier to land than that damn kick, the festival preset might honest to god be the only preset worth using on Dispo.
Hmm.
Oh, and on another related note,
Hmm.
even if it's Hercule doing it, a fully charged dynamite kick does stupid damage. While I've been farming, I, for shits and giggles, went through it once where I played as Hercule. I brought along a custom Buhan to make it that was supposed to be I guess you could say Boo tanks.
Hmm.
But even then, of all things, the Boo tanks went down, but not me. My point being that the dynamite kick did a stupid amount of damage even when it was Hercule doing it.
Hmm.
I had to get a heavy stamina break so that way they would be in that idle animation when they got up from the ground to actually land the damn thing. But you get my point.
Hmm.
Actually, maybe I should just go with the... Actually, you know what? Forget I said anything. Of course, the mighty Hercule's dynamite kick will annihilate anyone pretending to be a god of destruction. Especially when I had him at his Super Hercule outfit.
Hmm. Huh.
You know, it's really weird hearing Bardock say Kamehameha.
Hmm.
I was kind of hoping he wouldn't say it when I gave it to him as a custom. I was hoping he would just go, ah, you know?
I should be right back, chat.
Where'd you go? I miss you so.
That was pretty good ears. Okay. So there's There's demons. Scared fox girl. Night, Mom. Love you too. And pictures. Yeah, okay. Simulated universe, first closed beta. Oh, you made it funny with this one. The first name of this was the metaverse.
Never heard of it.
You have the worst luck running into me.
You know, something I think needs to be done by, like, turn-based RPGs?
This is our chance.
I think when they have, you know, good models and things like that, but they only, like, move a little bit, and then it's just a, you know, some kind of particle effect. That's not one of the things I really don't care about. I think what they need to really start doing, I'm not saying none do it, but I really think more need to start doing, like, battle damage. Like, it doesn't need to be pinpoint freaking accurate or anything like that. But, you know what I mean? Like, make it where the lower their health is, like, the more beat up they look. Just simple shit like that. Like, in the Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi series, and even Budokai, the clothes were mostly tied to your health and things like that. Like, one of my favorite details, and something that I had forgotten about until I replayed it earlier this year, was Future Gohan starts with both arms, but when he takes damage and such, the arm goes.
Okay.
Oh, and on another Dragon Ball note, because I know I'm gonna keep talking about it.
Yep.
Combining maximum charge with Super Soul basically lets you do one of, if not the highest charges in the game. I mean, fastest charges.
Now, what am I thinking?
It's a little slower than the very beginning of Burst Charge or the end of Ultimate Charge. So it's basically the perfect blend because it's faster than both of them when they're not at their maximum. But because it's just one constant speed, it means that it's good for long-term and short-term key charge.
Stay right there while I give you a present.
Take this.
You can't run.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
Watch this.
Oh, lovely. Things are getting dangerous. Just the way I like it.
Charles,
Matthew.
there's a ball.
Yes, yes there is.
You have the worst luck running into me. With me out here, how can we lose?
I'm annoyed because they're not actually letting me use the characters I've unlocked.
Ah.
Or leveled up, or any of that.
Try that again. You can't run.
Just a scratch.
The time is now.
My turn.
Let's make it quick.
Bonk.
Try that again.
Step
Level
aside.
2.
I have no interest in stoking conflict.
Stay right there while I give you a present.
I do have to admit, I do really love the fact that the main character just uses a baseball bat.
With me out here, how can we lose? You can't run.
I should probably be using her ultimate, but I fear that there's a boss fight at the end of this, so I don't want to use them now and waste them when I don't really need them.
Fair enough. Do ults carry over to like the next level?
I believe so.
Okay. Because it would be a waste if it didn't and then there was no boss at the end. I feel that sooner or later I'm gonna get a message saying I can't carry any more of a certain piece of clothing in this game.
Cheese.
So, okay, yeah, defeat the boss. She was just saying, oh yes, I'm sorry, it's, like, apologizing because it was probably just a coincidence that a certain creature made their appearance. But in all honesty, because she's now no longer interfering, she is probably going to make them appear.
Move carefully.
This should be good.
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
I know I've talked about this with you in the past, but it's a little ridiculous how they do the character selection in Xenoverse.
Let's go.
Like,
Rules
It-
are made to be broken.
it's such a mess because it's like there's 3 or 4 different navigations going on. I will say that that bat does look pretty cool.
It does.
Don't say you're welcome.
Like, initially it seems like it's going in order like they appeared in, but
You can't run.
even then, it still, like, immediately falls apart, because it's like Goku being the first, you know, besides whatever cack
It's better
for
vision.
you're currently playing as.
Mm.
That makes sense, having Goku, the protagonist, be first. But then, immediately underneath him is Trunks and his variants.
With me out
Then
here, how
one,
can we lose?
and there's all the fucking Gokus at once. Then Which, you can argue, alright, yeah, it makes sense to have all the Gokus there. But then, when they had more Gokus, no. The latest Gokus are gonna be in the back with the other DLC. Some characters should show up sooner because of how it's seemingly going in order of appearance. Like, again, bringing up fucking Bardock being with the damn GT characters. And Bojack being... It's just a mess. It's a shit show. And it makes a pain in the ass when you want to play as some characters. And then they have all the supervillain counterparts with the normal variant. So, it's like, at least before, it was like they were order of appearance. But as time went on, nope. Huh. I did not know Beerus's flick evasive could hit people behind him. He wasn't targeting me, so it's not like I just disappeared in behind him. Zap. 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 Goes. Guess what? Zap. Zap. That looks just like a block of ice.
I'm not sure what it is.
That kind of looks like the one robot from WALL-E that WALL-E liked.
It's just an avatar. It's actually the simulated universe representation of this girl.
I have to tell this news to Steven right away. Don't just stand there. Go in and see if you can get a few more words out of them or something. I've upgraded the simulated universe. It now has more. This part was made specifically with you in mind.
These Oreos taste so fucking good.
What can I say? I don't
I think
trust it either.
they might have
For some
changed
reason,
something about
whenever
them.
someone tells me they're gonna do something
In a good
themselves,
way, though.
I'd rather talk with you about the
I remember when I was a little kid, whenever I dumped these things in milk, I couldn't keep them in there for very long, because then they'd turn mushy and, you know, just crumple into the milk. These I dip for a few seconds and it doesn't do that. It lets me enjoy it without worrying about the mess. Even though they taste best in milk, I don't like it when they get all soft and mushy. Like, the cream is delicious, but when I eat a cookie, I want to eat the fucking cookie.
Indeed.
If I just wanted the cream filling, I'd just get a freaking, just like a small jar of marshmallow fluff, you know? You know, it's kind of funny to think about. I know I told you about how the other night was the first time I had Oreos in at least 5 years. But within those 5 years, I wasn't without any sandwich cookie. I had Nutter Butters plenty of times. I think it's just kind of funny to think about that I don't have any allergies or anything like that that prevented me from it. But in the last 5 years, just like having Nutter Butters, which is a more obscure cookie than Oreos. You know?
Yeah.
late
You
to
know,
repent.
It's
It's
like
ver-
coming across someone. Sorry, go ahead.
I've just realized that this whole simulated universe shtick is basically just
Let's make it
a
quick.
roguelike. Or maybe even a roguelite, since
It's too late to repent.
I'm not actually, since I don't take anything out with me. Like, I get rewards for doing it, but those rewards don't actually impact the gameplay inside this. Yet, at least.
I thought you were gonna say Matrix or Persona.
You have the worst luck running into me.
Not untrue. Bonk. Oh, Ice Lady's back.
That's a lady.
I think.
It really looks like it's just a pillar of ice.
It's definitely
Honestly-
a person.
Honestly, it kind of looks like a sword that was just like made of ice that caused ice to form around it.
Mhm. You're right. You're using my brain for RAM. Oh, I don't even anymore.
Just keeps them from installing Google Chrome. Huh. You know, your Ochu kind of looks like the
Step
robot
aside.
girl from
I have
Tekken.
no interest in stoking conflict.
I vaguely remember, mostly because I think I remember you dressing her up as Ryuko.
With
Yep.
me out here, how
Had
can we
to.
lose?
She was like one of the only characters I could do that shit with. Thanks to the the chainsaw arms she had,
Mhm.
which I could change to be the color red.
I got it, yes.
It's pretty funny and fun making all those anime-themed ones out of characters.
Yeah, to be perfectly honest with you, Matt,
The time is now.
Yeah.
you doing it interested me in it enough that when I saw Tekken 7, or
Let's
whichever
go.
Tekken it is, on
It
sale,
was 7.
I was tempted to actually get it.
Was
Not-
it making Jin Kazama look like Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
It was just everything. Like, I was tempted to do it, and honestly, the only reason I did it is I am on a budget,
Let's make it quick.
and I don't play fighting games enough to really justify getting more fighting games.
Fair enough. And to top things off, you're only able to customize existing, not create new ones.
Yeah.
The time is now.
My turn. Watch this.
Okay, now I can access the downloader, which does something.
I had fun and made some interesting things with Tekken 7, but I will not be able to top what one person did. They took Heihachi Mishima and dressed him up like Old Man Jonathan from JoJo. I will never be able to top that, because the Japanese voice actor happened to be the same
person.
voice actor. Exactly. And the fact that it's Heihachi, aka Old Man Mishima, doing it as well.
Yeah.
Rules are made
I
to be
cannot
broken.
top it. I simply cannot. And they even had a funny, and the, person who posted it even had a funny line, when you have the match at, I don't know, 259, but you have to go hunt down a vampire at 3. It was some shit like that. There's also a character who you can just make wear the stone mask.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And there was also a, I guess you could say, child of Heihachi. An adopted one, if I remember correctly. But still, technically it's still a Mishima. And one of the things I think made the Jin Kazama into Dio Brando thing so good was the fact that one of those customizable weapon things you can just equip to everyone was a dented street sign. So I could, while making him look like Dio, make him decide to try and, you know, chop off someone's head with a street sign. Also, that is a metal as fuck idea.
Do you know who I am?
She's a crazy girl.
Ever see a diamond this big? It's all yours.
As I said.
You have
Will
the
it kill?
worst luck running into me.
I'm sure it would if it connected.
Stay right there while I
It would kill. But it's not going to, because it's
What are you looking at? Maybe you
because these enemies are weak to ice.
No, I was talking about what was going on in my end.
Oh.
That's my bad. I wasn't expecting you to use the ult, because none of those look like a boss.
They aren't. But
At
it
best,
explained that
the middle
is,
one... Go on.
explained that this area is like a combat zone,
told ya
and and that there's going to be the entire combat zone before the boss has its own zone.
Oh, poor you. This is gonna hurt.
I almost feel bad for these sons of boys. Oh, this is an evil chain combo, and I love it.
My turn.
Honestly, at best, the middle one who you're about to execute looked a little bit like the speedy motorcycle-like character from My Hero. The one with the glasses. The nerd. I guess technically speaking, they're all nerds.
To an extent.
No, like, I'm pretty sure, I just thought about that, I'm pretty sure Class A or whatever fucking Class A are is supposed to be, like, the best one, which is why that other class gave them a declaration of war.
They're the best ones mostly because they had the highest scores in regards to beating the crap out of people.
Fair enough. However, there was also the matter of, I think the last episode I ever watched, which was in Season 2, it was either just before or just after the tournament. I remember apparently only like 2 or 3 of them had any real problems with a test. I remember the little grape-looking pervert dude apparently was like top 5 marks in the whole school, causing like a bunch of the characters to say, pervy characters like you are only supposed to be like acceptable when they do bad on grades or something. My point is, I only remember there being a few that actually were bad students, and I guess there were a couple who weren't good but weren't bad, you know, were more normal and stressing.
There's a couple of not great students. Like Mina is something of a slacker. That's the alien girl.
Step aside.
Acid.
I have no
Ah.
interest in stoking conflict.
I understood when you said alien girl.
Um.
Let's make
What
it
else?
quick.
Oh, who are you?
Hmm.
It's too late to repent.
There's the common. Was it? No, no, not common warrior. Is that the one who, whenever he uses his big attack, he fries his own
Let's
brain.
go.
He does try, but he isn't a great student. You get the point, though. There's a number of students who aren't who aren't who try but aren't actually all that don't actually have all that much yeah.
Let's make it quick. Take this.
First, I do really think that the ones who got into UA
Lemon C?
or
Never.
got into Class 1A are a mixture of got in there because Aizawa felt that they deserved to be in his class more than anything.
And then he later graded them all to determine who he was going to kick out.
He did say that was actually just a test. Just, or not really a test, but like it was just to make them actually try their best and
I
not
have no interest in stoking conflict.
and not just give it a half-hearted attempt. He would entirely kick them out if he felt they didn't
Let's go.
do their absolute best. But if they did their absolute best, then he wasn't going to do a thing. Then he wasn't going to do a thing, which was what happened.
To be fair, technically speaking, I remember Season 1 better than 2, because that's when I was actually interested in it. Like, before it really blew up and everything. Like, when it was on the rise. But anyways, I remember in because it was Season 1, I remember that he was ready to fail Deku, but not because Deku didn't, try, but more so because is there really any point in having, Deku's power and everything when he'll just break himself and possibly kill himself helping people or inefficiently helping people?
It's too late to repent.
Time to twirl! My turn. With me out here, how can we lose?
Out of all the people who are currently in Universe 7, who do you think would be the best for replacing Beerus?
Crush now or crush later?
Out of everyone, I would say that my first choice, just the first one that comes to mind, is definitely
The time is now.
Vegeta.
You have the worst luck running into me.
I don't
You
know.
know who I am.
You wanna know who my
Ever
pick
see a
would be?
diamond this big?
Piccolo.
All yours.
Especially with his orange form, which, whether I agree with it or not, apparently put him back on the same footing as Goku and Vegeta.
Gotta try hard sometimes.
You know what? No, it's not. I don't even have any issue with Orange Piccolo putting him up there. In fact, I don't even have an issue with him obtaining it through Shenron. Or at least not through the context of him getting it through the Dragon Balls. My issue with how he got it would be, I feel like he should have at least needed Porunga. Since Shenron always goes on about how he cannot do shit when it goes beyond his power. Like, even if it's the Dende version of Shenron, which is better than Kami's old version.
Rules are made to be broken.
The fact that think of it like this, even if it's only because of a combination of Piccolo's max potential mixed with Kami's, mixed with Nails, even if we assume it's because he got a triple full potential bonus thing from it,
Life and death. Revealed in an endless
it's just a matter of if Super Saiyan God was Goku was apparently able to face Beerus when he was around 80%. And Super Saiyan Blue and everything's supposed to be such a big step since then. And Orange, basically what I'm getting at is, Orange Piccolo is, let's just say, has to be at least above 80% of Beerus's power. Now, Shenron, or even Porunga, basically said, I cannot do shit, could not do shit when it comes to stopping the Saiyans because they were too powerful. The Saiyans being Nappa and Vegeta. Same thing was said about Frieza. So now I'm supposed to believe that he can supercharge someone to almost be as strong as Beerus. That's the only thing I find hard to believe. Piccolo damn sure deserved a power-up of some sort. He never slacked off. And the other reason I say I think he would be the best choice for Beerus' replacement, one, thanks to Kami, you could argue he already has experience as a god. Two, Piccolo's lifespan, whether being a God is gonna increase it or not, is gonna be much, much beyond Vegeta's lifespan. Vegeta or Goku's. And that's ignoring the trips they've had in the hyperbolic time chamber. Namekians live so fucking long. So if we did go with one of the current top dog Saiyans, at best they'll probably barely last 100 years. Piccolo, he's someone you could pick for the long haul.
Well, that's assuming that the power of the God of Destruction doesn't limit their aging.
That's how come I said assuming it doesn't. I acknowledge that. We don't know how the fuck it works. But another thing is, Piccolo's a hard worker. And he would take the job seriously. He wouldn't be lazy, and I'm sure since the whole destruction thing has to be done, I'm sure he could do it within reason. Like, reach some sort of balance. Which would help Universe 7 not have to go through a tournament for survival again. At least as long as Goku doesn't instigate one.
Please, we both know he'd instigate one. Okay, I'm gonna be ending this soon. I just want to get on board the train because I know you want to see that train.
What gave you that train of thought? I mean, what made you think that?
No reason. Just this feeling I had.
You're crazy. I mean, Loco, if you think I had a motive.
You're horrible.
Wait, no, I said it right the first time.
You are horrible.
At least that one got a genuine chuckle out of you.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a pity.
Fine, I'll do this first. But only because it looks like it's going to be like in and out.
It's getting late. Where to now?
You know who would make a perfect spokesperson for
Is that
Nike?
easy? What?
What about an Eevee?
Look at that small little creature on the bottom right. It sounds like an Eevee.
It honestly looks like a white Pikachu.
I could see that too.
No, like, it's got the actual fucking eyes, it's got the nose. Like, I legitimately would say that is, like, close enough to lawsuit if they made that bitch yellow. You know what? That's probably it. They probably just took a combination of Eevee, Pikachu, and then just made it white because they realized, okay, they can't sue us for this color. It's literally a fucking Pikachu face. Its head and ears is Pikachu shaped. The ears themselves are Eevee ears, however. And then the bod is just fucking Eevee.
God, that worried me for a second.
What?
It forced me into another screen, but I was turning, so it looked like I was just holding the right stick.
Ah. I almost dropped my controller.
Well, that's a thing. Apparently, apparently all of the researchers on the space station hacked my phone to add themselves to my friend list so they could message me. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
Honestly, I think you need to just bite the bullet and get a new phone provider. Preferably one with a harder to hack phone.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. That's precious as hell.
Not helping it beat the Eevee allegations, though.
No, it's not. How much do I need to reach that? 390? Okay. I don't have that much. Damn. Okay, this stuff is going to be here when I get... I think this stuff is still going to be here after I leave, so I'm just going to get me out of this crazy place. Also, look at that train. It's a nice train.
So, have you thought things through? Then come with me.
Please be an epic cut. Yes. Watch this, Matt.
I am. Hop aboard the Solar Express.
Epic background music.
I don't like the way she approached you from behind like that.
Yeah, it's fine.
There was something suspicious.
I'm over here.
Unsettling, even.
I expected more of a
Just give him
cutscene.
your ticket.
Hey,
Just
you
give him the
over there
ticket.
looking dumbfounded. Yes, Pom Pom's talking to you. Himiko told Pom Pom about your situation. Now listen up. Pom Pom will only say this once. Pom Pom's sure there have been lots of people telling you how special you are lately, but this is the Astral Express, and everyone on here has their secrets. Since you chose to board, you can abide by the rules. You're not the only special one here. You'd best remember that. I'm Pom Pom, the conductor. Just come find me if you have any trouble.
Okay then. Huh.
By the way, I must warn you, I will have to go to sleep earlier than usual tonight.
Okay.
I have to get up early to help get a certain cat ready for the vet.
Mm.
Also gonna have some other stuff. More stuff I need to do than usual.
Okay. Actually, if I'm doing this, I might as well go all out. There.
Himiko likes using the phonograph a lot. Welt likes collecting these jet black discs. It seems like... Here already? Oh? Why? Pom Pom remembered. Very brave. March 7th's room is in the express sleeper compartment. She's always... Don Hong's room? He's just sort of living in there. March 7th's room is right next to the archives. You recognize this as... Himiko always likes to bring back weird junk and try to fix it.
Fair enough.
Also got modified a bit. Pom Pom still needs to prepare for the express expresses warp jump no matter where you go on this journey.
There seems to be the sound of electric.
Cool.
Can I help you? Feel free. While many of the roads that Akivili traveled along no longer exist, I think it's still meaningful to record our adventure. I enter the collected data into the archive's databank. I tried. You see the terminal over there? It can be.
Oh. You know something I found out, like, earlier this week? Apparently, if you wanted to sell your hair, if your hair is like 14 inches or so, you can get, like, stupid money for it. I'm talking, like, one of the things I saw was like $600 fucking dollars.
Huh.
For hair.
Does not surprise me.
The door is
Yes, but
unlocked.
what I mean is, I grow
I'd
this
like to
shit
wait till
longer
the
than that
rooms
for free. You telling me I can get paid to do it?
Attention all passengers. Attention all passengers. The express is about to conduct a warp jump.
Okay. This warp jump seems like it's a big deal, and definitely worth, and probably worth a cutscene.
At least everyone's here now. He won't be here. So
Best
just
I can do is $350.
a tiny bonus from the conductor to the passenger.
Everyone who's ever gone in for a deal on fucking Pawn Stars. You know a meme I absolutely love that came from it? It's not even a meme, it's more like it's a story that was made with memes. Some guy in a mask has got a knife, right? He's holding some random girl hostage, and he says, he says what he wants for a ransom. Then the main guy, I think his name's Rick, he starts trying to barter with him, and the guy's like, what are you talking about? And as time goes on, he keeps trying to get him to, like, sell it for less, which obviously isn't working out. Then he gets one of the, she's fake, and then Rick gives him another deal, which is still for less. It ends up being something like $5 or some shit, and the mask guy suddenly takes it, and then he does like one final interview where he talks about, I'm sad that it turned out to be fake, but I'm still happy with the deal. And then, like, before he finished, he goes, hey, wait a minute. Like, I don't even know how I would find it. I just thought that shit was funny as fuck.
Express. Eons. Did I get dragged into a science fiction movie or something? This Stellaron thing in my
Are you
body?
gonna touch the stars? I've done stuff like that before. But it wasn't stars for me, though. It was lights. When I first woke up after being rescued from the ice, I could see clusters of stars in front of me. I reached out for them automatically, but they turned out to be the carriage ceiling lights.
The bend in Kamehameha just did, it just made a massive L shape for the win.
Oh, I forgot before all this, I was stuck in
I literally hit him with a massive L.
Himeko and Mr. Yang.
And that entertains me.
I don't remember a thing.
You know, I've sat on some chairs that have that kind of upholstery or whatever the fuck the term would be,
Uh,
the cushion, that shit is mad uncomfortable. It looks fancy and such, I don't deny that, but I've never once, like, sat or laid on one of them and didn't feel like I had a fucking nickel going in my back. Instead of just, like, you know, keeping it flat, or maybe going for a checkered pattern, they do that weird ass shit with the round bevels. Again, aesthetically, it looks sophisticated. In practicality, that shit's so damn uncomfortable. That is all.
okay, this is. I'm sure this is gonna be a cool scene.
Ugh, chess. I don't hate chess, it's just whenever chess is like some quiet thing. Also, neat.
Choo.
The Solar Express.
After all those millennia, is this what Eurilo 6 has become?
Uh-huh. So, that snowy planet is our destination this time?
Yes. Looks like this trailblazing expedition won't be easy.
Lovely.
Spatial readout anomaly. Star Rail stability is down to 12%.
Again, I am getting a bad vibe from the redhead.
7-day stopover.
Even though
Yeah.
usually I like redheads.
You know, I have to find it very amusing that the character model for this game is basically just how I would make the character look anyway.
Take an ordinary
Like, that's, I didn't customize her to look like that. She just looks, all the main characters look like that. Which is amazing.
If we try to force our way ahead, there could be a hefty credits again? Don't tell me. It's gotta be.
The results of the preliminary analysis are here. The anomaly stems from a stellar run, as always. Yes, just like the one that's been placed into your body.
Stellarons are clouded in mystery, but there's no need to worry. This isn't the first time our route has been obstructed with Stellaron.
The only thing we can say for sure is that their arrival causes massive changes to civilization. There must be an inextricable connection between the Stellaron.
Our current theory is that Stellarons are seeds of disaster, planted by a certain eon throughout the universe. We can't continue to trailblaze without removing the source of the disaster.
Right! You finally...
I'd like to entrust this trailblazing expedition to March, Dan Hung, and you. The objective is clear. Find the Stellaron responsible for the disaster.
Awesome! We get to work as a team again!
You know, I get that Xenoverse is supposed to be a arena brawler with MMO-like elements, but they really could give us, like, more exploration. Like, there's that one PQ that you have to do solo, where you literally go on an entire fucking fetch quest on Namek. Excuse me. Thank you. Like, think of it. That's a decent amount of work, making it where you have to go in there and do that shit. And it's for one fucking PQ.
Okay. This is it. My last pull on the starter warp. Guaranteed 5-star.
doesn't know.
Uh-huh. So, there's what, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters there who are all 5 stars on this page. Which one... Is there one of them you think I should get, just looking at the character? Or one that you would hope I would get. Or continue.
I guess maybe Yonking?
The one who looks to be surfing on a sword.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see who I get. I'll laugh if I actually get Yonking. Or however you say his name. Pom Pom. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, it's time to see which 5-star I get. Okay then.
Out of all the ones you could have gotten, it had to be one of the two fucking lollies.
Indeed. I'm kinda curious how she fights.
Seems like she'll just summon a giant mech.
Hard to say, really.
Excuse me.
March, stay with the group. Don't rush off.
Okay, yeah. This has been fun chat. But I saw the cool train warp. I got a guaranteed 5-star. It is time for me to stop. I might switch games, but yeah. If I don't, have a good one. If I do, see you in a bit. If you've enjoyed this, like, follow, subscribe on YouTube. You know the usual things.